start? I guess we'll start with the big one. Where were you mentally, physically, emotionally before you met Christ, or before you started coming to living water?
Before Christ, life was pretty much a mess for me. I dealt with, depression and anxiety starting at a young age, and I grew up around partying and drinking and drugs most of my life, so that's pretty much the life that I knew. That's pretty much what I was around most of the time. Life was a big party. I looked for love in all the wrong places. I just constantly tried to look for validation from people. And I struggled just a lot with self-confidence issues, and that led me to just give too much of myself. And I constantly was trying to fill voids, and nothing really helped. It masked the pain for a while, but it never really helped me. I ended up losing my dad and really went down a really dark path and ended up messing up my knee and had surgery. And then I got addicted to Percocets for quite about 3.5 years. And that was my life. I wanted to be high all the time. It no longer was me doing it for the pain. I was doing it to get by, to live life, and to just, that's just how I got by. I got to a really bad point. I was settling in relationships. I was in a relationship for about 12 years, and the last couple years of it, I dealt with a lot, and, we all kind of struggle with addiction together, and I constantly tried to fix him, and that's what I did most of my life, is I tried to fix people. But I really needed to fix myself. And I remember I was sitting there and I was so high off the Percocets, and I remember just looking in the mirror and I just started crying, and I said, this isn't me. Like, I can't do this anymore. I want a different life. And people kind of always prophesized over me that I had such a big calling over my life, and I felt it. I knew God, but I didn't have a relationship with God. And when I got that day that I was just in the mirror, I just remember hitting my knees and just surrendering to God. I was so high, and I just remember crying every single day, and I was stuck in this horrible depression, and I wanted to end my life. I didn't want to be around anymore. And the only thing that really kept me going was my daughter. And I just remember hitting my knees and surrendering to God and just praying out, just calling out loud, God, please help me. Jesus, I need you. Like, I can't do it on my own. And I started praying that God would start bringing the right people into my life, and that would help me to grow, and that he would remove people from my life that no longer should have been there. And so I asked my friend to go with me the day that it opened, and I remember walking in the doors and just feeling the presence of God so powerfully, and I felt him. It was like he was saying, here's the church that you've been praying for the last year. And I just remember how happy I was. I couldn't believe it. Like, I was right in the middle of things that I had been praying for to change my life. And he literally just started pouring just people into my life that were further in their walk, that were helping me and mentoring me. And I remember I was still, going through addiction, and I started just really trying to do things to better myself. And I started signing up for classes and, counseling, and just anything that I could do that would feed my soul and help me to become a better person. And, within that time, I started signing. I was in a small group, which I never thought that I would be in a small group ever. just even being around the church at first, I was a little nervous because I didn't know how to be around people without like drinking or drugs involved. I didn't know how to have fun, or so it was a big change for me. I actually started coming by myself. I've been coming by myself, just me and my daughter, since the beginning. And I knew if I waited for anybody else to come with me and waited for, someone to be by my side every time, that I would have fell right back to where I was. So this time I knew, like, I surrendered to God that day, and I knew this time, like, I wanted a better life. And I just started doing everything that I could to do that. And I was able to start worshiping in the church and just feeling his presence. And it was just the most beautiful thing that I've ever experienced. I've never felt peace in my life like I do now. And I don't know what I would do without Jesus in my life right now. Just the doors that he's opening, the people he brings and the people that he took away, the just everything. Now I hear him loud and clear, and I'm just at peace now. And this church has completely changed my life. I would literally be lost without the people here. They've become a family to me, and they've showed me how to love, like how to love. They've surrounded me with love and showed me how Christ loves, and it's a beautiful thing. And I struggle with that growing up because my family wasn't as open and loving. So it's amazing to be surrounded by such an awesome church family and people that continuously hold me accountable and help me to grow. And I struggled for a while with addiction, and I still kind of struggle with it, but the last 3 years I've been sober, and I've just been living my life for God and focusing on him, and life's amazing now. And I can truly say, like, I don't, sometimes I fall into funks, but now, like, I know that I have Jesus with me, and I know that I can get through anything now, and he just gives me that strength every day. And I'm just so thankful for where I'm at today. And today he's just opening doors and pulling me out, helping me to step out of fear. And now, like, my dream is to start a recovery ministry, and he's just opening those doors, and I'm just super thankful for that.